Hello and thanks for joining me. This video is practically 10 minutes long, so let's just get started. I'm going to be showing you how I reverse roll to tint my back windows on cars. I'm using my teeth to peel back the liner and pre-soaking the film. I need to start at one end instead of just peeling the liner completely off. That will generally keep the liner in place. This small pattern, I'm actually going to squeegee out some of the water I've sprayed on there. However, these back windows, I don't do this because it's such a large pattern. It pretty much stays intact by itself. I also spray the outside once I'm done to give me the ability to have more control over the rolling of the film to keep it in the desired position I'd like it to be in. Now I'm actually going to peel off the film that puts the liner on the top end, opposite side from where it started with. And this is how I would apply it to my back window. Once again, I'll show you the same thing. I'm just going to round off one of these edges just to kind of show you how I will start on one end and actually unroll it from the opposite end. I always like to roll from my right hand side to my left hand side, and then as I go inside the car, I'm once again unraveling it from my right hand side to my left hand side. And this is because I am now facing the opposite way of the window, so it is technically the reverse side. However, it seems to be the same side as far as starting from my right hand side and finishing from my left hand side. But with this demonstration, because I'm not going to the opposite side of the glass, I'm actually going to start with my left hand side and finish on my right hand side. But as you see, I did start with the straight edge, finished with the curved, but yet started unrolling it with the curved and finished with the straight edge. This particular clip, I'm just showing you that my patterns are pre-cut with a plotter that I tell it the year, make, and model. This is a 2010 Dodge Charger back window. I'm cutting away the remaining leftover film, peeling back my extra film. And this is just to show you that these back windows that we're about to show you will have a small bit of a liner lip to them, making it extremely easy for me to peel my film back, the liner back, as opposed to using my teeth. Now I do need to start from the bottom right hand side when I do this and kind of roll it at a slight up angle. And because I start on my right hand side, to roll it, I'd like to start with the soapy water on my left hand side. So I'm peeling back the liner. This is a pre-heat shrunk back window. I've already heat shrank it. This car, I believe, is a Mercedes. And I've already tinted all the doors. I'm just now showing you, as I said in this video, only my installation, reverse lining, rolled up back windows. So here I am on the right hand side, finishing up wetting the film and the liner. And as I said, to roll this up, I'm basically going to start at my bottom right hand corner with a little bit of a upward direction. And the purpose of this is so that the film, the liner, if it's going to not roll up 100% the same height, it will be higher at the top and not at the bottom. This is very important because it's kind of the bottom, as I install it, that needs to be lined up more accurately than the top. I can let the top fold down a little bit. Now it's also important I have control over the way that the liner is rolling up along with the film. In order to put it inside the car, again, the film now, the liner should be on the back side. I'm Now again, starting with my right hand side, I'll be finishing on my left hand side. As I unroll this, it's very important that my fingers, my knuckles on my left hand are not touching the glass. It's my fingers that are helping unroll the film, but it's important that I'm far enough away from the glass that my potential dirt or anything from my fingers aren't getting rubbed up against the glass. Then I need to peel back the liner. This last bit of film will be easier to unroll as I pull the liner away from it. Again, different car, same reverse rolling thing. It's important that you peel up that back and keep your roll, your tube, at a constant size. So I'm controlling that it's pretty tight. I don't want it to be so tight that it'll crease the film, but I definitely don't want it to be very fat. I'll usually get close to halfway, about halfway, and then I'll peel the film off. I've slowed this video down a little bit just to show you that I have to have control over how the liner and the film are rolling up together. I'd like them to be pretty even with one another. As you see, I've built up a little bit of slack, and I have to make sure that slack doesn't get rolled inside the film. Here in a second it'll actually start to get rolled up, but you'll realize that I catch it and have to unroll the film a little bit and use my fingertips to kind of push that slack back down, as I'll do here right now. And using my fingertips on my right hand to kind of keep that particular corner from rolling inside the film. Now when I put this in, I do need to unroll it a little bit, and this helps me make sure that the liner is on the right side that it should be, which is the opposite side of where I started. And I like to apply the tint to about the almost exact spot that I am going to wind up squeegeeing it. There might be a slight bit of adjustment, but I definitely try to put it exactly where it needs to be as I'm unrolling it. In the bottom right hand corner where I started, usually I wind up getting close to that area but not all the way, so I'll have to pull the liner off and peel it off in order to kind of finish off that last part. Again, this is another car, different angle, same task. Starting on my left hand side, soaking the glue of the tint, putting the liner back on in place, moving over to the other side, finishing off any area that I wasn't able to get to before, rolling it back up from the bottom right hand corner. This is the passenger side of the car that I start on, finishing on the driver's side. And so whenever I install it, I'm always installing from the driver's side. This is a 2010 Dodge Charger. This was that window I actually was cutting the pattern earlier on the table that I showed you. These are large back windows, so it's hard for me to get far across before I have to peel it off the back window and roll it up. This is a Lexus. I'm just showing you once again a little bit closer view, putting the film in front of the camera as I roll it up, just to show you how I have to have control over the way that it's getting rolled inside the tint. But I hope you learned a lot. This is pretty much my day, my method of installing tint to back windows with the reverse roll method.